Hello everybody and welcome back to the Fortress of Solitude. Today we're going to be checking out Superman Batman World's Finest issue 32 by Mark Waid, Adrian Gutierrez and Tamara Bonvillain. The Justice League are completely decimated by Eclipso when the villain frees themselves from the Black Diamond with the help of Bruce Gordon and blows up the Justice League Watchtower. On top of that, Batman and Superman have both fallen under Eclipso's control. Mark Waid always knows how to make an opening of an issue instantly gripping with its stakes, and Adrian Gutierrez, who has just been revealed to be taking over art duties for good on this book at the beginning of the next arc, I do believe, wonderfully captures this in the colourful, dynamic artwork he does, especially in these opening pages, with the diamond falling down to Earth and bringing with it all of the darkness. In the Batcave, Robin works to try and get a response team mobilised to help the Justice League, but Batman and Superman arrive, attacking him. Robin becomes our POV character just for a little bit of the issue here, as Dick realizes that Eclipso has taken them both over, and thanks to the villain thinking that he is just beneath his efforts, Robin is left alive, and he figures out what they are after as they access the Bat computer, prompting Dick to escape the cave, try and find a team of heavy hitters to fight and free the possessed Batman and Superman. Waid dives into Eclipso's plan a little bit here, which of course is just to kind of take over the world, but after taking over some of the heroes, he figured out that they are quite useful and won't actually kill most of them. He wants to keep some of them to help fulfill his plans. I appreciate just how simple the story is. It's a very Saturday morning cartoon plot, just a villain taking over the world, heroes have got to beat the villain. And I'm all for that because that's the one thing the book has, over these 32 issues, done exceedingly well, is just make it feel like a Saturday morning cartoon, like something you can just grab an issue of and have a lot of fun with. The villain makes his moves, the JSA do as well, learning that the Justice League are sealed away inside a giant version of the Black Diamond in the Sahara Desert and need to be freed. Robin arrives and tells them that while they can rescue the heroes, they need to deal with Batman and Superman, as Superman has been sent to blow up the world's telecommunications satellites, using the locational data he got from the Bat computer. The team figure that doing this will cause utter chaos worldwide, knocking out cellular service GPS will just drown the world in chaos, which feeds Eclipso more power. So the JSA decide to split up to deal with the world's finest. The JSA getting a little bit of the spotlight before their big relaunch later this year by Jeff Lemire is just a great way to prime people who don't know the team or the dynamic and how they operate. It kind of reintroduces us to the team more or less after Jeff Johns kind of kept them away in his own little book, in own little universe, even though it was part of the large universe. It never really interacted outside of other writers just taking those characters and doing their own thing with them. So I like here we're kind of getting that, but it's also kind of priming the pump for that Jeff Lemire book in January. With the JSA now in play, they focus on Batman first, who has gone back to Gotham and confronted Commissioner Gordon and Barbara Gordon. But before he can kill them, the JSA led by Hawkman try to take him down. What's creatively interesting is Batman doesn't get to use any of his gadgets or, special contingencies that he would definitely have for the JSA. He's imbued with the Eclipso magic, so he's got abilities and uses them to turn the giant bat signal into a kind of dark shield shaped like the bat signal and bounce it around all of the heroes, trying to keep them at bay. This is the stuff that I really like this series does, and it feels so fresh and creative every time it does it, and does it almost every issue. It's not just Batman and his batarangs or Superman and his heat vision, and it makes for some really fun and dynamic fight sequences. The team have a hard time dealing with Batman, so they call in the Spectre, who's got a plan to deal with Batman, while in space, Dr. Fate and the Flash try and take down Superman. I really like that the Flash got to come into space for this. Like Jay Garrick in space, you would think, okay, he needs a surface to run on to actually be any good. Waid and Gutierrez has thought of that and have Fate conjure up like a runway almost for him to run on, and just a constantly creating runway of magic, which is really quite cool. And we actually find out that he's actually a big part of Fate's plan here, as he's being used as bait to lure Superman away from Earth by running on this special that Fate makes and kind of leads Superman away from the Earth and away from the populace, just to make sure he doesn't cause any big destruction. Alan Scott meanwhile frees the heroes from the trapped diamond in the Sahara Desert, and upon being freed, Elongated Man realizes why Eclipso never really killed them. And I really it's just a panel, but I really like that Ralph Dibny got to be a little bit of a detective here, which is what he is, and he figures out that Eclipso wanted them to be found since they were bait. Eclipso's magic attacks Alan and tries to take him over, as back in Gotham, Spectre does something really unexpected. He kills Robin in front of Batman, breaking Dick's neck and citing how the Dark Knight left him with no choice. Upon seeing his ward die, Batman frees himself from Eclipso's influence thanks to his soul literally clawing its way back out of the darkness. But Spectre anticipated this, revealing that Robin's death was just an illusion to free Batman, and Dick is still very much alive. Wade makes great use of the Spectre and all of the JSA for that matter, giving them all an important role in freeing these heroes who are, their next generation. It's not lost on me the symbolism in that they're helping the younger generation, which is just really damn cool. Fate and Jay meanwhile defeat Superman as Jay lures Superman into Dr. Fate's trap on the runway, and the hero blasts Superman with his magic, because Superman's body is still reactive to magic and weak to magic. So upon blasting Superman, the momentum in space causes him to be thrown into the sun, which burns away Eclipso's influence, since the best way to expel darkness is to burn it out with some light. Back on Earth, Hal is able to beat back Eclipso's possession of Alan with his willpower, with a little extra kick up the butt from Oliver. I like that Oliver is just taunting Hal and, telling him, is that all he's got? I thought he was meant to be in control of his willpower. I really like that little interaction they got, and it's just wonderful. And I can't wait to see more of that in the World's Finest special that we're getting of those two characters in the coming months. So Alan is freed from the possession, and just in time as the rest of the heroes arrive, and they together confront Eclipso and Bruce Gordon. And the book ends out on a really fantastic twist, as while you think the heroes are there, they're all going to beat back the darkness, they're all there to defeat Eclipso and Gordon, but the two villains blast the heroes and turn them all to stone where they stand, leaving the villains to continue their evil plans uninterrupted. Of course, I don't believe Robin was there with Batman and Superman, so I'm sure, much like how Wade perfectly wrote Dick in Absolute Power, I feel like he's going to be a central character in the next story, where I guess he's going to assemble like the Titans or some other heroes who maybe weren't there to help defeat Eclipso. World's Finest issue 32 was wonderfully packed with creative and exciting action set pieces, with Wade and Gutierrez using the JSA in some really fun and interesting ways that makes the simple Saturday morning cartoon series story and premise so engaging, and it ends with a really damn cool twist, so it is definitely worth the cover price. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10.